if I click on the light bulb here, the hidden element will be shown. Okay. So if I unclick on the light bulb, it will disappear. So let's go back to the so the eyeglasses now is disabled right here. So for you to bring back that wall, you have to click on the hidden on the light bulb, select the wall, right click on it, and then you say unhide in view the elements. So it will be unhidden. Then you just click back on the light bulb to bring everything back to normal. So if you go back now to, you select it and you go back to your eyeglasses, you can say now hide category. Okay. There will be more of those uses that we will be practicing later on as we go through our drawing. All right. Let's now click back on this and you say reset temporary hide isolate, and that line will be showing again. So I think that's we have covered much of these. The temporary view properties, will be using that later on. The hide analytical model later on, we'll use that, and reveal constraints, we'll not be discussing it now. We'll do that later on. Okay. And what you see here on the right hand portion are the select links. We'll be using that later on. Underlay elements, you have here select element by face. That's another option. You'll see that. You'll see I will demonstrate how to use that later on. You have here the drag elements on selection. You'll see we'll just demonstrate how to use that as well. You have the background processes, and this is your like a counter. If I select that wall, it counts the number of item that I have selected. See, there's a wall. If I copy this, say copy, I already have two walls. If I select both of them, you'll see that I have already selected two items. So it's counting the items that we have right now. So I think we created something to start with. So let us go to our 3D view. This little house right here is your default 3D view. Just click on that and it brings you to your 3D view. Okay. So 3D view, you can just rotate using your middle mouse button. Press on your middle mouse button and click shift altogether. Then you can just freely rotate your 3D. Right? Or you can just select on whatever corner you have in your view cube right there to move it at your own selection. Alright. So earlier we have discussed on the levels. The levels are shown by default here in Revit 2020, which is good. It lets you imagine in which level you have created your drawing. In this case, if I can see it, if I go to the right view, I can see that my wall started, the bottom of my wall started in the first floor level. Okay. So I can actually easily adjust that if I drag on this arrow. Nope, ayaw niya ma-edit. Alright. How can I do that? Let's go to one of the elevations. So in 3D view, you cannot do it. Let's go to, let's say, north elevation. So north elevation, you see those walls. Let's go to east elevation to see those walls. So it's almost similar to the 3D view we had earlier, but the difference is here we cannot control it. Go to east elevation. Let's see if we can control it. Select that wall, click that, drag it, and it goes right there. Yun na, mahaba na. So we can adjust the top portion. Click on that, drag it to the roof level. So similar to the other wall. Let's do that, and bring it down right there. So we have two walls here now. One wall which has the base level at the ground level and the top level at the first floor level. Ano yung sinasabi kong ground level and first floor level? If you have your wall clicked, selected, look at the properties here. Tingnan natin. You see the location line as wall center line. That's completely fine. And you see the base constraint. You can see that the base constraint is first floor level. Why is it first floor level? Bakit? Kasi originally we created the wall from the first floor level. So we can change that. And the base offset is minus 3,700 because it went lower than the first floor level. So we can change all of those. We can just select. Once the wall is selected, you can put the base offset to 0, put the base constraint at ground level, and you have an unconnected height of 3.7 meter. Top constraint, we put it to first floor level. Automatically, the unconnected height becomes gray. That means you cannot edit it anymore. Then you click apply. So you have the same wall. You have the same wall, but different properties. So if you want to add, let's say 500 mm top offset for this wall, click on the wall, go to the properties, and put on a top offset of 500 mm. See what happens. It goes 500 mm above. So it works for us. Sometimes we need to have a parapet for our walls. Let's say we need a 900 mm parapet for our wall. So you put 900 right there. Click apply. So you have a wall which would be having a parapet eventually. Alright? So yung other wall natin, let's change it. Let's have it with a base constraint on the first floor level. That's fine. That's completely fine. Alisin lang natin yung base offset. Let's make this 0. And the top constraint, let's change it to the roof level. And automatically, you see that the unconnected height is grayed out. That means you cannot edit it because you have a fixed level from the first floor level to the roof level. Okay, so that's it. So again, if you want to have sort of a parapet above, you can put a top offset of, let's say, 300. And if you want the wall to go down a little bit here to cover, let's say, the beam that you have, select the wall and add on a base offset of, what are you gonna put? Minus 500, because minus it goes down. See what happens. See? But if you want it to start above the floor level, what you wanna do? You wanna do, let's say, 200. See what happens. See, it is now starting 200 mm above the finished floor level, which is the base constraint of your wall. All right, I hope those important pointers are clear to you as we go along. But since I will have to cut on my video so we don't go beyond 10 minutes, that will be it for our lesson number 2. Let's call this part 1 of lesson number 2, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much, and have a great day.